Jesus, you know that most of this health and fitness malarkey, everything you see online, all these tips, advice, workouts, exercises, diets, it all boils down to mindset, right? If you can't get your mindset right, you are not going to achieve your goals. And sometimes it's not that the people who are successful have an elite mindset. Sometimes it's that I consider myself part of the successful batch. We prioritize this shit out of necessity because of dealing with other crap that's going on in life. But this video is not about that. It's not about, the psychological demons that torture us shredded folk. It's about the fact that sometimes the people who fail the most at fitness are those who are prioritizing living life. In this instance, it's important to ask yourself, what is living life? For me, living life is feeling optimal, getting stronger, being the best version of myself for my baby now, for my wife, for my family. It's a bit of a struggle, guys. It's a fucking struggle at times, but part of me being the best version of myself, of bringing the best version of me to the table, is the fact that I want to be fit, I want to be healthy, I want to be strong, but that is not what some people think. I see friends of mine who party all the fucking time. There's an element of that which makes me jealous because I was there a while back. A few years ago, I was a bit of a party animal. Enjoy that scene. I can see the benefit, the allure of that scene. I can certainly see it. A man now who is a man of responsibility, who has to worry about actual shit as opposed to, just like, where am I going to go and booze tonight? There's a part of me which gets envious when I see people living life and enjoying life as they may put it. But then there's another part of me which thinks, you're partying 2-3 times a week. There's been emptiness on those other days, right? Because you're building your entire life around being around other people, but you can't be around other people 24 hours a day. Whenever I think to myself that sometimes life gets stressful and I miss the olden days of living life, going out on the booze, getting smashed out of my face, I think about two things. I think about, number one, the headaches that you would get the next day. And yeah, some people handle drink differently to others, but my body was never the strongest when it came to alcohol. I could get through a good night, I could enjoy a good night, I could knock back a few drinks, but I would usually be feeling pain the next day when I woke up. Oftentimes, I would lose an entire day of your life lost because of a few hours of fun the night before. Seriously, that is a genuine concept that I think is worth considering and analysing and thinking, is it worth it? Because I can, off the top of my head, think of at least 3, 4, 5 occasions where I have woken up at about, let's say, 10 o'clock and I've been like, no. Bottle of water, straight back to bed. And then I've woken up again at 2 and I've been like, shit, I still feel rough here. I'm just going to get another hour. And then suddenly it's 5, 6 o'clock and you go out. You've lost the entire day just because you couldn't control yourself the night before. As I say, some people handle alcohol better than others. That might not necessarily be you, but to me, that aspect of drinking really puts me off, and it really scares me nowadays. And I say scare because, I never actually do anything that wild. I don't go out and kill people when I'm drunk. I always end up basically just being loud, being a little bit noisy, and then thinking, fuck it, and getting a $200 taxi home at the end of the night, and that becomes my biggest regret. And I think of this other aspect, which is Tuesday night on my own. It's all great being in a bar on Saturday night, drinking, everyone's happy, cheers, let's get boozy, and then, yeah, fair enough, you have a little bit of a hangover on Sunday, but then the week starts again, and on Monday, you're on your own, and then on Tuesday night, you're on your own, and on Wednesday night, you're on your own. And to be honest, now, having experienced the family life and being lucky enough to find a beautiful wife and have an absolute angel of a daughter, I just don't view that life as living life anymore. I view life now as improving my health, getting fitter. Recently, I've been overhauling my training in order to actually get fitter as opposed to just aesthetically look good. It is easy to just focus on building some muscle without actually breaking a sweat, working on your heart, improving your cardiovascular. You can just ignore all those things effectively and you can go in there and focus purely on muscular gain. But then when you play football with a bunch of 5-year-olds for the first time in 10 years, you realize you are way, way behind, my friend, despite the fact that you could lift every last one of them under the table, but that again is not the point of the video. The point of the video is if you are seeking out this type of content, because that is really important to decipher here, the types of people who actually seek out content. And I'm a nothing YouTuber, man. I'm a small time YouTuber. I would say I'm one level above beginner, but I give some really good, solid advice in my opinion, and I try not to just be like, do this workout, because it means fuck all if you don't have your mindset right. If your mindset is that you want to live life at the expense of your own health, necessarily the aesthetics part of it, but just being healthy in general. If your mindset is that being out, boozing all night, eating what you want, that is your idea of living. Living is eating delicious food, which is usually not very nutritional. Living is drinking as much as you want, whenever you want, and not really worrying about the long-term consequences. If that's your idea of living, but in the quiet moments, in the more calm, peaceful moments, you find yourself thinking about improving yourself, seeking out this type of content. If you're seeking out that type of content, then you have to realize that there's a bit of a contradiction going on. Your idea of living life is, unfortunately, what is putting you in the situation where you need to change your lifestyle. And that becomes the problem. That becomes the friction where both of these things can't win. You can't be healthy. You can't get stronger. You can't commit to a fitness journey, but then also keep on eating what you want, keep on drinking what you want, not prioritizing your recovery, your sleep, etc. Your body is all out of whack if you are out socializing several times a week. There's no way to mask it. You might think, oh, but I can sleep in the next day because of my whatever your schedule may be. You might be able to sleep it off, but your body is not going to be functioning optimally. You are not going to be able to progress physically. Most importantly, and this is what I think the biggest problem is, the deeper and deeper and deeper you go down that path of living life, the deeper you go down that, the longer you do that, the more difficult it's going to be to pull yourself back. You think, oh, today is a cause of celebration, better drink, better eat shit. Oh, today is a day of sadness, better drink, better eat shit. Today was stressful, better drink, better eat shit. Today's my auntie's birthday, better drink, better eat shit. My parents' wedding anniversary, eat shit, blah, 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 drink, eat shit, drink shit, whatever. If you think like that, guys, that is unfortunately a problem where you're digging yourself deeper into a hole that's going to become more and more difficult to pull yourself out of. So here is what I'm going to suggest. Go cold turkey for 2-3 months. Just go cold turkey on it. Just stop. Just stop and focus on yourself. Do you know what? And this sounds really malicious when you say something like this, because I don't know you. I don't know your friends or whatever. But I think if people are enablers in that situation, if you want to change your lifestyle, but these people are enabling this current lifestyle by continuing to accompany you on nights out, and maybe it's the same people all the time, in which case you should get together and support each other and say, you know what, why don't we cut down the drinking, cut down the eating shit, and why don't we try and improve ourselves for a couple of months collectively? Or maybe you've got a conveyor belt of different friends, and in that case, they are unfortunately not prioritizing you and your overall journey, because they just think of you as that friend that you can go out with once a week, and there's nothing wrong with that. They don't realize that you're also out 2-3 days later, 3-4 days later, you're out with different people, and therefore they don't see your overall picture. So they are not supporting you, they are not trying to help you, they are simply enjoying you in the moment. You know what, geezers? YouTube, being a fitness YouTuber, trying to present information, it's a difficult game to crack, and I'm yet to crack it myself. But there comes a point where you realize that a lot of that information is basically the same thing recycled. And I'm not saying don't watch, but what I'm saying is, if you can get your mindset right, if you can change your mindset, there's going to be so many benefits. You can change your mindset from I can't, want to do this is the most important thing, to I can, and you know what, this can wait because this is more important. You're going to get where you need to be. You're going to be on the journey that you need to be on. And once you start on that journey, I've said this before, think of it like a mountain that's very steep at the bottom, but gradually gets a lot easier as you progress towards the top. Get the most difficult part out of the way first, and suddenly you start enjoying the process, you see the results, and that is what makes it easier to keep on going. That's why so many people start and become addicted to it. It's not because it's necessarily a drug, because as you do it more and more and more, it becomes easier and it becomes part of your lifestyle, and it's something that you realize, you know what? This is actually better than that. Better when I'm doing this than I do when I'm doing that. And therefore, I want to prioritize this, and I'm gonna, not necessarily stop that completely, but maybe cut down a little bit, because that is what's going to be good for me. Hope this has been helpful, geezers. As always, please support your boy by liking, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. And until the next one, geezers, have a great day. Bye-bye.